This is a Spider-Man movie we wanted, waited for, needed, ever since we've seen him in Captain America Civil War. And if you don't know already, today I will be talking about Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, Spider-Man Homecoming is a fantasy slash science fiction movie that came out July 7th, 2017. Thrilled by his experience with the Avengers, young Peter Parker returns home to live with his Aunt May. Under the watchful eye of his mentor, Tony Stark, Peter started to embrace his newly identity of Spider-Man. He also tries to return himself to his normal daily routines while being distracted by the thoughts of trying to prove himself to being more than just a friendly neighborhood superhero. Peter must put his powers to the test when the evil Vulture emerges to threaten everything that he holds dear. Now that's the general breakdown of this movie. And I must say, I really enjoyed this movie. This is my favorite incarnation of Spider-Man on the big screen. He fulfilled all the expectation of a Spider-Man in this day and time going through high school. He's a very lovable character, and you can see yourself in him if you was going through his exact situation. And outside of the costume, Peter Parker was great with the other characters, the chemistry was there, and I was very intrigued with the storyline. And I must give props to his best friend Ned because he helped continue the storyline when Peter wasn't in the suit. It was great to see the dynamic of their friendship and to watch him help out in critical points when Spider-Man was in trouble. This aspect of the movie helped carry the plot when there wasn't a lot of action scenes going on. And speaking of relationships, Tony Stark and Peter Parker relationship is something that I also liked. They didn't overdo it in this movie because this is a Spider-Man movie, but when Iron Man was there, he was there to give Peter Parker guidance. And that was essential for character development and growth. And I like how they paid homage to the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. They did this in a couple of scenes. Like when he was on a boat and the ferry was splitting in half and he was holding both of the halves together. I'm like, this classic Spider-Man 1 trying to stop the train from falling off scene. And it worked. It had me nostalgic about the old Spider-Man while also accepting the new version of this Spider-Man. And the next scene that they paid homage to the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is when the building was on top of Peter Parker. When he was just staring in that water with half of the mask shown on his face and he was just reflecting, I was like, this classic Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. But that moment when he reflects upon himself while looking at his reflection in that puddle with all that debris on top of him, then all of a sudden you hear Iron Man's voice. I thought he was going to say, with great power comes great responsibility. Those was great moments within this movie, and I love the nostalgic feel that it brought upon. Also, the evil Vulture was a great villain within this film. I liked him. He was really more of a criminal there to challenge Spider-Man. And Spider-Man gained growth from him, Tony Stark, and other people he was interacting with in this movie. And you can clearly see that from Spider-Man saying, I am nothing without this suit, to turning down a brand new Spider-Man suit and the opportunity to be announced as the newest member of the Avengers. And I love how this movie ended with Aunt May catching his identity of the Spider-Man. His facial reaction was priceless. But that very scene begs the question, do Peter Parker have spider senses? Because it wasn't displayed in this movie, and I don't like that. This is one of the very essence of Spider-Man. But other than that, I enjoyed the movie. I loved it. It was a great watch. So for the cast, you have Tom Howard, Donald Glover, Michael Keaton, and Robert Downey Jr. to name a few. So have you seen Spider-Man Homecoming? Tell me all your thoughts in the comments section below. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Follow me on all my social media, and have a blessed day.